few moments
What
later.
is going on? Welcome to Foothills Firearm Factory. I'm your host. My name is Drew, and the first thing I always do is give thanks to God for letting me be here today. Oh man, you know what time it is? Guess what time it is? Just guess. Gun show time. So it is Saturday morning. Check her out here. Gun show time. I'm packed up. I'm ready. I got to load the truck up. I got to get going down the road. I will try to get some footage for you if I can. I'll either put it in this video or next video if I can. Now, don't hold me to it, but I'm going to try my best. I always say that, then I don't do it. I'm trying out these new microphones, which so far, I don't know how I feel about them, but I see a lot of people using these. So maybe you can go in and adjust the settings. I don't know, man. Sounds like it's got like some reverb, like I'm talking into a trash can or something. But anyway, if y'all will, please bear with me. I'm trying to do better. I'm working on it. And, you know, try to put a little more effort into these videos. But I did get in some really, really cool guns that I want to show off to you. So let's check them out, and I'll get back to you in just a little bit. So let's see what we got here. Everybody knows what symbol that is. What is in the box? Let's check it out. All right. What is going on? So, I finally got one. You know, they have offered me this gun so many times, and they always want to put a ransom on it. That's one game that I don't play. See, a lot of these distributors, what they'll do is they'll say, yeah, we'll sell you one of those, but you have to buy 5 of these, 2 of these, 3 of those, and it's always a bunch of crap that nobody wants. So you're going to lose whatever, 40, 50 bucks or so on every single gun that you buy. You might have to buy 10 guns to get one gun. You might make $100 on. Now in the gun business, all y'all who's thinking about going into gun sales, making $100 off a gun is a very rare thing. Usually you make about 7 or 8% off of a gun. And you know, typically that's like $25 to $40 if you're lucky. So I would say I average probably around $25 a gun is about all I make off of one. But you know, it is what it is. If you look into some of these other businesses, like grocery stores, they only make like 1 to 3%, you know. I mean, there's just not a lot of money in it, so volume is the key. So, you know, and then too, you make a little more off accessories. But anyway, got off topic. Finally got one. I held out, got it. Honestly, Bought the one gun from a rep who had it, and now it's time to show it off. So what we got here, y'all, is the Marlin 336 Dark. And this is the tactical model. You got your muzzle brake in the front there. You got your M-lock rail. You got your long Picatinny on the top. You got the peep sights. This thing's loaded down, son. You got your skeletonized stock. It's got your sling attachments, your QD attachments for your sling, one on both sides, so that's handy. You know, side eject, side load, cross bolt safety, of course. Y'all know the deal. Fiber optic front sight. Y'all know the deal. You've probably seen these before. You're probably like, whoop-de-doo, I seen one of those a year ago, Drew. But this is the first one that I've got in, so I wanted to show it off to you. It's got some really good sights on it, man. I really like this setup on these sights. With the peep sight and the fiber optic, it works really well. You got you some M-lock down here. You can put a little, put your shell holder in here or something. And it also comes with a cheek rest. It's got a slot for your QDs, man. Look, you're watching this in live action. Holy crap. There we go. There we go. So that's it with the cheek riser on it. Looks pretty good, man. See, that's probably a whole lot better. Yeah, that's a whole lot better. So you got your hole here so you can put your cheek riser on there, and you still got your QD mounts. Pretty sweet. 30-30. It does have a little heft to it. It's got a little heft. Not too awful bad. This thing will not last long at all. Somebody will have to have this. These are really hard to come by. I did see that they had some of these on Gunbroker right now, but everybody's wanting $1,500 for it. That's not what I'm charging for them, but, you know, I give stuff away, man. I really do. But anyway, Marlin Dark, check it out. Get you a good look. Coming to a gun store near you, hopefully. All right, so another gun that I got in that I actually got for somebody, but I'm going to show it off anyway, is this one right here. The Echelon 4.0C. It is definitely a sweet unit, and they are very hard to get. Now, I know what you're thinking. This thing don't look like a compact, but it is, because I measured the barrel. So this is the newest release on the Echelon line. This has the 4-inch barrel with the comp in it. It has the front night sight. It's got the U-notch rear sight. The sights are a little bit elevated, so they'll co-witness with your red dot. And this thing also has a pretty sweet trigger. I mean, that trigger's pretty good, y'all. Let's get a good look at that. So you got a little bit of creep right here. Hit a wall. Man, it's really, really, really light trigger. Pretty long reset, but it reminds me of a SIG. Reminds me of a SIG trigger. This one is, I think it's 18 plus 1, so 19 rounds. It comes with 2 mags. The mags are actually 15-round mags, but it's got this +3 extension on here, and it comes with 2 extensions, so you can potentially have 2 18-round magazines. Y'all know me, you know I like the old Springfields. So, of course, I like this gun. These guns are very hard to get right now because they've not been out long. Now, they did offer me one when they first released them, And like a dummy, I said, I'll pass on it. And then everybody started asking me about them. And it seems like whenever a gun first comes out, people don't ask you. Usually there's not a lot of hype about it when they first come out. And then maybe 2 or 3 weeks later, everybody wants one. And then by then they're sold out and you got to wait on the next shipment. So that's what happened on this deal right here. These nobody cared about them, but now everybody cares about them and you can't get them. So I was lucky to get this one. This one has already actually been bought and paid for. So, you know what I mean? I'm just showing it off, and I'll be sending it down the line here momentarily, here in just a little bit when I open up the front doors. So anyway, got that one in. I got another cool trade-in I want to show you. So this right here is an old Smith & Wesson break top. Y'all know me, I like these old cheap guns, man. I just can't help it. There we go. Yeah, so this is a break top 32 Smith & Wesson short. So to open this up, you push this little doodad right there, and the whole thing hinges out, and it'll, you know, so you push it up like that, and it lifts your shells out for you. You push it all the way down, and this goes back down so you can put your shells in. It has this funky safety on the back. You have to squeeze this safety in order to pull the trigger. You can't pull the trigger without, so you can't pull the trigger without holding on to this here safety. It's hammerless. I about dropped it. It's hammerless. Funky looking trigger on this guy right here. This is a 5-shot 32 short. So it's actually a 32 Smith & Wesson, but these days we call it a short. This thing, they're not worth a whole lot of money, but you don't see them every day. So I thought I would let y'all check it out. Remember, my channel is more or less, I'm just showing off stuff that your local gun store may get a hold of and let you see what's coming out. Basically, I'm just giving you my first impression, my first rundown. And every now and then I'll go shoot some of my guns and let you see them, because I like to think that I got some pretty interesting stuff. But anyway, so I do have a gun show this weekend, so I'll be, you know, having to do that later on this week. And I know I always promise you I'm going to get some footage, and I never do. Sometimes I do, and I just don't, I forget to put it in. But I'll try my best once again to get some gun show footage, and we'll see what happens. I doubt I'll get to shoot this week because I got to do that, but you never know. Look, I just wanted to show you this gun right here before it is too late. So I know I've already shown you the Ruger 7744 in the camo pattern, which is this gun right here. We already looked at that one. And, you know, it's really light, really light. 44 Magnum, bolt action, Ruger 7744. Very sweet, threaded barrel. We went over it. This one right here is the same gun, but with the wood stock. Now, I know I usually try to show you just new stuff that's came in, you know, stuff that I've never got in before. But, man, I had to make an exception for this one. This wood 7744 is just beautiful. And it also has the threaded barrel, you know, same, I think it's a 4-round mag. So it's either 3+1 or 4+1. I can't remember. But, you know, same deal, same setup. But man, this wood stock looks fantastic. And I did get in one more gun to show off that I forgot about. So I guess this is going to be a lever gun week. I don't know. But anyway, this gun was actually, it was brought to my attention by a customer. So this customer said, yeah, I got me one of those new such and suches. And I said, what is that? And he was like, oh, you ain't seen those? And I'm like, no, I've not heard anything about them. So brought to my attention by a customer. Let's check it out. But this is the Savage Revel. So this is a cheap little gun by Savage. And they do have a couple different models of these. This is the classic. As you can see here, it's got some interesting contours, some ergonomic, ever how you say that. You wouldn't know I have a bachelor degree, would you? I got half of it online. But anyway, it has some interesting contouring. As you can see, I'm trying to get the light in there on it so you can see the contours. It's got the big loop, cross bolt safety. As you can see here, cross bolt safety. It's got the flat hammer, and it feels really solid, man. Feels really good. Got your like buckhorn style sights. Don't know if you could see them, but buckhorn style sights. And it's got kind of the big loop, so you could shoot it with gloves on. But anyway, this is a very nice gun. I'm very impressed with this thing. Instead of going with the 3/8 dovetail scope mount, they just went ahead and tapped it. So it's, you know, it's set up to put a scope mount on here, and you got your iron sights, of course. I mean, let me tell you, this action is extremely smooth, man. They did a really good job on this. They really did. I am very impressed with this little guy here. It is tube fed. I think it holds like 10, if I'm not mistaken. It may hold more than that. I'll have to look into it and see. The action is really good on this. And it don't have the floppy trigger. You know, a lot of these lever guns, the trigger just flops around. This don't have the floppy trigger, and the action is way smoother than a Rossi. Side eject, very, very cool gun. Just wanted to make you aware of this thing. I mean, compared to that Rossi Rio Bravo, man, this thing's way nicer. I think these are probably around the same price. They may be just a hair bit more, but it's not much.
A few moments
so
later.
check it out, y'all. I am in the midst of getting ready to load up the truck for the gun show. I'll see if I can get some footage for, you know, what it looks like when we're rolling in, when we're setting up, what the gun shows look like when everybody's setting up and getting ready. We're not really supposed to record in there, so I have to kind of be careful. Everybody looks at you all crazy, but I see people do it all the time. I see people all the time taking pictures and video and stuff. I mean, people that are in the actual show, customers coming in, and they're, you know, FaceTiming, and they're taking pictures and video of everything. So, I mean, I probably really shouldn't worry about it, but I'm kind of like a goody two-shoes when it comes to that kind of thing. I don't want to get banned from the gun show. But I got to get ready to go do that, and I'll at least do my table walk around, and I'll get back with you on how many guns I sell. I don't know if I'll do it tomorrow morning or not, or if I'll put it in next week's video. I know I say that all the time, and then I forget. I usually don't forget, and I actually do record, like, you know, how many I've done and how the show went, and then I'll end up cutting it out because I don't want my video to be too long. So we'll see what happens, okay? We'll see what happens, and maybe we'll have a treat at the range for you next week, hopefully. But for now, I got to go. I'll talk to you later. Well, we're about to roll into the belly of the beast. This is one of the most stressful parts of the gun show. Everybody's fighting for a place to unload their stuff. All right, so hope you enjoyed it, the footage of the gun show and the walk around, and looking at those sweet guns I got in. We'll see how many sell. If they sell, if they don't, I'll let you know how it goes. This gun show, I have no idea how it's going to do. It seems like things are picking up a little bit, but you know, I won't know until I get back. But anyway, thanks for watching. I sure do appreciate it. And, you know, once again, you know, I always say, begin every video, I thank God for letting me be here today. And I do thank Him very much for letting me live out my dream and run this store. You know, everything in life is a season, and you know, God's will be done. I hope that I get to do this for a long time. But you know, the main thing in life is being happy with the blessings that you have, being appreciative, thanking God for what you do have, your family, you know, everything. We are very blessed here in the United States. He's been really good to us here. We've got the freedom to go worship and to openly say that we're Christians and we love God, and you know, go worship Him at church. So, you know, if you don't do that, why don't you go give it a shot? You know, these last years that I've tried to go to church and try to live for the Lord and live like the Bible says has been the best years of my life. And I feel like that all of these years before that, the times that I wasn't in church, which you don't have to go to church to be a Christian, but I really do feel like that these has been the best years of my life. And don't miss out on that, y'all. But it's going to be it for me for this week. And until next time, keep on keeping on, and have you a good one.